Okay, so for today, I'm going to be talking about ways you can tell if that watch you're going to buy if it's real or if it's a faker. There's a couple ways to know. We're going to talk about a few of them. And again, I'm going to put the asterisk out here that I'm just using general terms here. You know, there's always some exception about a guy somewhere who did X, Y, Z. But in general, it's just some things to look out for. Number one, the price. Man, people, they say there's a sucker born every minute, and I mean they just keep coming out with more suckers every day. The price, guys, you got to realize that if there's something too good to be true, then it probably is. I don't know what you don't get about this. Look, you're not gonna get a real Tag Heuer Carrera for less than $1,500. You're not going to get it used. There's one that I bought 9 years ago, and I looked, that same model now has an asking price of around $1,500. So if that watch is going for around $1,500 and you see one for $500, I mean, it's probably a fake. Breitling, depending on the model, especially not the Navitimer, you're not going to get a modern Breitling, even pre-owned, that's in any shape that you want, for, I mean, less than around 3,000, 2,500, 3,000. If you see one for 1,000, it's probably fake. Now again, there's always some one-off or a used one or something else like that, but in general, these are just guidelines. Rolex. If you're looking to buy Rolex, you need to have around 5 racks. Think 5,000 is the magic number. Now, yeah, there's exceptions like the 1601, the Oyster Court, some of these smaller watches that are, from the 70s or 80s. You can get those for around 2,000. But in general, any of the modern Rolexes that are out now, you're not going to get them for less than 5,000. By that I mean Submariner, Explorer 2, Datejust, the Milgauss, anything like that. If it's not around 5,000, by that I mean, look, it's probably fake in general, right? There's tons of places on YouTube or the internet where you can go to look at average asking prices. So the first thing to look for is the price of what somebody's asking you for it. I mean, if the price seems unrealistic, I mean, really, you really think that you're just that one guy who's just going to get this fantastic deal? Come on. Got to be honest with yourself. Now, yeah, hey, if it happens and it's real, if you find somebody who's selling Submariners for 3,000 that are in good shape, you need to tell me, because I want to get some. I want to buy all the ones he has, because I'm going to make some money off of that, okay? Number two, urban legends. There's a lot of urban legends about ways that you could tell if a watch is real or not from across the room. Some of those have basis in truth. For example, everyone knows that a Submariner, for example, or a Speedmaster Professional, or a Tag Heuer Monaco, these are all automatic watches, which means they're going to have a sweeping hand movement. They're not going to tick. So yes, that's true. But they got a lot of these fake ones now that they'll make it so it does have an automatic movement in there, a cheap one, but that'll get past that. One of the ways to know is if you're experienced just by holding it. You put it in your hands. A person who knows that watch, who deals with those watches, like if you go to a pawn shop or a jewelry store, they'll be able to tell for the most part just by feeling it. It's kind of like with like fake boobs, right? These silicone ones. You can tell the difference between a real one and a fake one when it's in your hand, right? And if you haven't done that, then hey, that's a different video. But you can tell. People who know can tell. So, number one, the price. Number two, feel it and touch it, look at it, see what it does. And number three, the only way to know for sure if the watch is real is to have a experienced watchmaker, not a jeweler. I mean, not somebody in a kiosk at the mall. You need to have an experienced watchmaker who's familiar with that brand Open the case up, open the watch up, and take a look at the movement. That's the only way you're going to know for sure. Here's why. Now, when you buy one of these watches, you don't get some paper with it that says this watch serial number is a guaranteed blank. In general, you don't. I mean, if there is one, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm talking about my experience with Rolex, Omega, Tag Heuer, Breitling. You normally don't get a paper that says, this is guaranteed that this watch is authentic. There's no like certificate of authenticity that you get with like, a diamond or something else like that. You're normally going to get a box with the instruction papers in it. If it's a COSC certified chronometer, you might get a paper that certifies that that's a chronometer. If you buy it from an authorized dealer, you'll probably get a warranty card that's signed with the dealer's information on it. Now, people have misconceptions about warranty cards also. A warranty card is not a certificate of authenticity. And if you don't believe me, you go on eBay. There's people who are selling blank warranty cards for any watch you can imagine. The warranty card, like if you buy a car, is simply a manufacturer's warranty for the watch. Just like if you have a car and you bring it in for service, if it's not under warranty, they're going to charge you for it. With a watch, if you bring it in for service and it's not under warranty, they're not going to not take the watch. They're going to just say, well, we're going to charge you for the repairs. And you get, depending on the watch, you're going to get a warranty of about 2 to 5 years. So don't get hung up on, this watch came with the warranty card, because having the warranty card doesn't mean the watch is real, and not having it doesn't mean that the watch is fake. So, for example, you buy a watch now, you move, you lose the box and papers. Does that mean your watch is fake now because you don't have the box and papers for it? Well, no. It just means you don't have the box and papers for it. There's ways to determine if the watch is real by using the 3 things I talked about before. Now, if what you can do as a strategy, if it's a major purchase, maybe if you have, it's always good if you're going to buy a watch to ask, when has it been serviced? And even better, if they have the paperwork from when it's been serviced. And even better, if it's been serviced or bought from a place with a respectable name. So, for example, if you have a pre-owned watch that was purchased from a well-known place on 5th Avenue in New York and they got the receipt for that, then you can probably be sure that it's real, especially if it's been recently serviced, because there'll probably be some service paperwork, and you can tell by the price on the service paperwork if they really had a service then. So, I mean, you just got to use some common sense on this. If you want to, a strategy that you can do is you can say, after you're fairly certain that the watch is, don't buy until you're certain that it's authentic. After you buy the watch, what you can do is you can take it in for a service, and that's when you're going to know without any degree of uncertainty whether the watch is real or not. So if you take that watch and you send it in to Tag Heuer for service, I'll just say that the people who work on that watch, once they get it, they're going to give you an estimate on what it's going to cost to service it. So as part of them analyzing that or taking a look at the watch, they're going to tell you whether the watch is real or not. They're either going to say, okay, here's the estimate for we think it needs to have the movement cleaned or reassembled or whatever, or they're going to say this watch is not authentic, therefore we can't service it. The reason why you don't want to just have somebody just with a watch tool just open the watch up and look at the movement themselves and look for what the movement should be is because most watches that are in that luxury Swiss segment are waterproof up to a certain degree of depthness. So once you open that watch up just for kicks, because you want to save a couple $100 versus servicing it, once you open that watch up, you have to re-waterproof the watch. So for example, if it's a Omega Speedmaster, which is not that water resistant to begin with as it is, once you open it up, then you've essentially compromised the waterproofness of that watch. So you're going to have it waterproofed again, which means you're probably going to need to take it to a real watchmaker and have them do that. Or you could just, again, have it sent in for a basic service to begin with. So in summary, how do you know the watch is real? Number one, don't count on a warranty card as a assurance of whether it's real or not. You have to know who it is you're buying it from, somebody who has a good reputation. Look at the price they're asking for it. If it's an unrealistic price, it's kind of gonna, make me start to wonder. Look at the watch itself. Does it have a color that you've never seen anywhere after searching on the internet? You're right. It would kind of make you wonder. But the point of this video is the only way to know for sure if the watch is real is to have a trained watchmaker in that brand take the watch apart, look at the movement, and then you'll know. Hopefully this helps. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I don't beg people to subscribe. If you want to do that, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Have a good day.